Hey y'all. I just wanted to come and share a praise report, testimony, whatever you want to call it. And it started last week. And the reason I'm going to be telling you this is because I want you to understand the line of events that happened and how God works. Okay, last week I was at work. Was it? I can't think of the day. Okay, let me think of the days here. Must have been Monday. Okay. Monday, I had packed my lunch and I had made a big salad, huge salad. And it was beautiful outside. So I sat outside and I was going to eat my lunch. And in the meantime, there is a homeless gentleman that sits behind our building. Excuse me, I had never seen him before. I had heard some of the other girls talking about him. I wasn't aware of where he stayed. I thought it was out a little ways behind the building. Turns out it's directly behind the building in an old case, which was like a display case that they took out of the business next door. And it's basically up against the side of the building, just right next door to our back door, just a few feet down. So I'm back there eating my lunch, and for some reason that case just wasn't ever visible to me. I just didn't see it. I didn't pay attention to it, whatever. So I decided that I thought, well, I'm going to get up and see whereabouts they're talking about where that guy's staying. So I picked up my salad, which was about half gone, and I walked a few feet over and looked towards the back of the building where the apartments were, and I didn't see anything. So I turned around, and when I did, right there he was, like right up against the back of the building, just right behind me. So I thought, and he's sitting there, he's in this little case, and I'm talking probably about as big as a dresser, wide as a dresser. He's got, it looked like some possessions that were in front of him, backpack and a few things like that, a jacket. He had about, 6, 7, 8 bottles of like tea, or they look most of them that were empty, but there were some that were still half full. They were like tea and juice and things like that sitting there. And he had a blanket and a coat behind him and was just sitting there. And I said, "Oh, hi, how are you?" And like an idiot, I said, "Are you okay? Do you need anything?" And I thought, as soon as it came out of my mouth, I thought, oh my God, you're talking to a homeless man and you ask him if he needs anything. But I just thought, oh my God, okay. So he said, "Well, about $100,000 if you have it." And I said, "Well, if I had it, I'd sure share it with you." He said, "Really? All I need is the Lord." And I said, "Well, if we have him, that's really all we need." And we stood there and talked. I stood there and he talked to me, and he told me his name. And he said, "Have you noticed that behind here I've cleaned up all this trash?" Well, behind the building, of course, all the dumpsters are back there, and people stand back there and smoke and stuff. And he had picked up every bit of trash on the ground. Every bit of it. Cigarette butts, trash, you name it. And he said, "Do you remember that big branch that was hanging there that would scratch everybody's car?" And I was like, "Oh, yeah," because I don't park back there. But I said, "Yeah, I remember." He said, I got that down, and he put it in the trash. She said, that's not going to scratch nobody's car anymore. So he and I stood and talked for a minute. And I don't even know what else I said to him. It was just small talk, you know. And then I, you know, told him to have a blessed day, and walked him back inside. And here's my salad, half eaten. And you know, when you eat salads, if you put dressing on them, they get soggy. And something just said, give him that. Give him that salad, the rest of it, because you're not going to eat it. So I went, I put it in a boat, we have these little paper, like what I call little paper boat type things, but they're just like a little paper bowl. And I found a plastic spoon, and I poured it in the boat. And I went out there and I said, I hope, you know, I want to offer you this. This is the rest of my salad. This is my lunch. I said, but this is a really healthy salad. I said, I'm not going to eat it, and I would want you to have it if you would like to. I said, it's got a lot of vegetables. I've cut up a lot of fresh vegetables and eggs, and it's got chicken, and, you know, I told him everything that was in it. He goes, you know, all I've really eaten this past week was just a little bit of chicken. He said, but I haven't really had any vegetables. I said, okay, well, I want you to have this, and if you want to eat it, I would like to share this with you. I said, because if not, I would have to throw it away. So that was that day. Well, that next day, or that evening, it was that evening, I felt very led to make him a little care packet, because my thought is, but for the grace of God, that could be me. That man sits out there. That's his home. Hot, cold, it doesn't matter. That's where he lives. So I came home that night, and I thought, you know, I'm just going to put a care package together for him. It ain't much. Just some stuff we had sitting around and not going to use, not going to eat. We had a bunch of little snack sizes of little combos, little cracker things, you know. Put about 4 of those in there. I put like 4 little bags of chocolate chip cookies, 3 or 4 bottles of water, and I had 2 like salmon packs that were like the instant, you know, you just open them and eat them out of the pack salmon. I thought that's protein. And I had an extra toothbrush and toothpaste and some dental floss. And I said, I'm like, you know, I'm just going to give this to him. And I just said to him, he was out there that morning before I went to work. And I went out there and I said, I just want to give you this. I said, it's just some few things I've had sitting around. And I said, I just wanted to be a blessing to you, and I hope you can use this. And he thanked me, and that was it. And that was Tuesday morning. I worked Tuesday, went home that night. Yesterday was Wednesday. I got up, and I was going to go get a massage and a facial, and I went to leave, and I couldn't find my wallet. And of course, you know how you do when you backtrack. Okay, look in your bag, look in your purse, look in your car, look in the places where you don't think you would have put it, like the refrigerator. But you know, I don't know, pantry, I don't know. I looked everywhere, because in my mind, I think I've looked already once, but somehow I think it's going to magically appear the second time. But I'll still look. Looked in the glove box. So then I had to think, okay, then the last time I had this was Monday. Okay, now it's Wednesday. I had it on Monday after I left work. I went to this grocery store and to CVS. I went straight from the grocery store, came home. So I thought, well, I'll call the grocery store. It's highly unlikely, but I'll call them. So sure enough, they had my wallet. And whoever turned it in didn't bother one thing. I had only a few dollars in cash in there, but I had all my credit cards, and my driver's license, I had my insurance cards, I had, you know, everything. My social security card, kids' pictures, name it, I had it in there. So I was very thankful, you know, that made me feel very blessed. And after I called him, I went to prayer last night, and I just asked the Lord to really, like, super doubly bless them, because I thought, you know, we don't see that there's good people in this world anymore because we see all this bad. And I just thought, Lord, I really would love for you to bless that person, just wonderfully bless that person. And I heard him whisper in my ear, and he said, you know, you're reaping what you've sown. Because, you know, if you'd have found that wallet, you've turned it in, and you wouldn't have bothered a thing. And now I'm giving back to you what you have sown and what you would do and what you would give. And that was this morning. I went by the store before I went to work, and I got my wallet, made sure everything was in there, and it was. So I did, there's a couple that's been coming to me, I don't know, since I worked at my other salon, so it's probably been about 6 or 7 years now. Old couple. They've been together almost 66 years. They're going to celebrate. And they came in this morning. I cut both of their hair. And when they got ready to leave, she started to get her checkbook out. And I said, honey, I can't take a check. And I just thought maybe she forgot. And she said, oh, I know. And in the meantime, the receptionist lady came up, and my other client that was next was sitting there, and I said, Judy said, I'll take care of her, you know, if you want to go ahead. I was like, okay. So I took my next one back, and Judy, our receptionist, helped that client. And when I was back there shampooing my next client, our receptionist lady, Miss Judy, came and stopped and said, she left you a gift on your station, or I put it on your station. I'm like, okay. I thought she meant my tip, you know, because she always tips me. And I thought that's what she meant. So I walked back up to my station, got ready to start my next client's hair, and I looked, and there was a check sitting there written to me from her for $100. And what the little memo said on it, it says, for taking such good care of us. So right there, in a matter of 2 days, God repaid me for that kindness I sent to that man, because that homeless man, when I seen him, and what got me to really feeling convicted and wanting to give him the rest of my food, the scripture came to mind. When you have done it to the least of these, you have done it to me. He sees everything. And I don't even think it was even as much as what was in it, but it was the heart, the sincere heart that was behind it. belief that God is who He says He is. And it costs nothing to be kind. And you will be rewarded for it. You may not see the rewards immediately. They may not come in a week or a month or a year. But my whole life, I have tried to be kind to people. I've tried to treat others with respect. I've tried to do unto others as I would have them do unto me. And I did. I heard God say, you know, that's because you have been kind. So I sent whoever this person was that found my wallet, I sent that person to you for that purpose, to show you that there are still wonderful people and that you do reap what you sow. So I guess I just wanted to share the testimony. You know, I'm still in awe over it, just like I'm so undeserving of any of that, because being kind and treating people with respect and dignity isn't something we need to get a gold star for. That's just being a decent human being. But I think God just wanted to remind me that despite what you see, despite all the turmoil and all the stuff going on and hate and confusion and just everything that's going on right now, and we just it's overwhelming to our minds. It boggles our minds. But for the most part, people are still good. For the most part, there are people that are still of a healthy conscience that does the right thing. They're decent human beings. So I just wanted to thank God for being a rewarder of those who diligently seek Him. And He sees everything you do. Good, bad, small, large. Because that little gift box, like I said, that little gift box, that meant, that was nothing to me. Most of that stuff was stuff that, I mean, if I had to buy it, I might have had $5 in it. Maybe. And it may not be, I don't even know if it meant that much to Him. He appreciated it. I know He did, and He thanked me for it. But, you know, but I did what I felt I had to do, and I should do, and the right thing to do. And then turn around the next day and have somebody turn my wallet in, untouched, no credit cards missing, nothing gone, not even the cash that was in it, nothing was missing. And then turn around the next day and get $100 as a gift from an 85-year-old woman who I'm sure lives on a fixed income, and they're very, you know, they're probably not real well off, but just appreciates that was appreciating me for for what she said, taking care of them. And that's just me doing my job. That's just me doing what I do, you know. So I don't know if it's, this is more me showing, won't he do it? Yes, he will. But at the same time, I'm wanting to encourage someone to keep doing the right thing. Keep doing the right thing. It doesn't matter if you're the only one doing the right thing. It doesn't matter. Because God sees every little thing. Every little thing. He does. I'm in awe of my Savior. I'm in awe. Y'all be blessed. Love you.